Hello and welcome to the JKS podcast. I'm Nips, and with me are my two friends, Sean and Jed. How are we, boys?
That's good. Better off. Yeah, that was good. I'm better after that.
You can't just start laughing halfway through the intro.
It's like the most enthusiastic we ever see you is in the introduction of these podcasts. You get
I'm
really
faking
into it.
I'm faking it.
We know. Yeah, we definitely know. But it's great. I like that side of you, Nips. You should try and maintain that.
That took all of his energy.
Yeah, I need to have a nap now.
Yeah, he's about to go in
I
hibernation.
should go with the podcast and have a little lie down.
Yeah. You go in hibernation for an hour and we won't hear for you to the end. You'll say goodbye at the end though, so anyone who likes Nipple's voice, hang around. In an hour you'll say goodbye, you'll hear from him again.
That is my move. Sean does the outro and I say goodbye, and Jed does nothing.
Yeah. I say the word peace and make gang signs at nobody looking at me. So, yeah, that's my signature move for our goodbye.
I like it.
Good start, Sean. Good start. How's the day been, guys? What have you been up to? Nips, what have you been doing? We've heard from Jetty. He's wearing a button up. He's looking very dapper. What have you been up to, Nips? Hiding in your basement?
I've been playing and losing Rocket League, as per usual.
Cool. All day.
I got my computer fixed, so the audio issues that were experienced last week shouldn't happen. Fingers crossed. Had to get a new motherboard for my PC.
Oh, and by audio issues, he means literally just going offline for 20 minutes and then coming back on his phone. You had to replace your whole motherboard?
Look,
yeah, with a great
it was
view.
not 20 minutes.
Yeah. You had to replace your whole motherboard?
Yeah, I went with the power supply first. Did not help at all. So it ended up being the motherboard.
Dude. Nice. So Nippler, anyone, people wouldn't know this, but Nippler made the mistake of buying a whole bunch of secondhand parts. I don't know that your motherboard was secondhand. Was it?
Yeah, it always caused me issues. It started bending the pins in my CPU, so I'd have to bend them back. It actually broke one of the pins off my CPU. And I was bending it back, which I thought would fuck the CPU, but it was working fine, so...
Nice. No. Okay. So you paid money for a second hand to just buy a brand new one?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, at least tell us in the audience you bought a brand new one.
I did buy a brand new one, yes.
Nice, well done.
Coward.
Well done. Coward. Good for you. And did you guys watch the slap fights today? It was something like the biggest day of the year.
Nah, man, that's fucked.
I knew you. Well, I obviously knew you did.
Watching CTE in real time.
I messaged you both. Well in advance at the start time. I sent you a link. I messaged you when it started, and I messaged you ahead of the main event. And you didn't log in at all. You made a little bit of an effort, Nips. You logged in 5 minutes after the fight was over. But that's
I saw the highlights after the main fight was over. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
More than enough.
So you saw Darius the Destroyer versus the Wolverine. You saw the finish? Is that what you saw?
No. I literally saw them someone being interviewed after the game. I don't know who the fuck the Wolverine is.
The Ranger with the big beard. He looks like Wolverine if he was ginger and not muscly.
That's not my Wolverine. My Wolverine is Hugh Jackman.
Get him in.
No, this guy was out there in like full-blown cowboy boots and tracksuit pants, slapping the shit out of somebody, and he calls himself the Wolverine. The other guy was barefoot. Darius the Destroyer doesn't own shoes.
Is everyone on meth who does this?
I think a lot.
Or recovering.
Yeah. The irony of that is the now welterweight champion of the slap fighting league is a recovering meth addict. So
Wolverine, did he win?
Not
And he was a meth addict?
no, Wolverine's the heavyweight champ. The welterweight champ. Yeah, there's legit.
There's weight classes. I didn't know that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they've got a super heavyweight as well, so 265 plus pounds. And they had one fight for today, but it ended up getting cancelled. I don't know, maybe he got food poisoning from his Maccas the night before. But they didn't end up slapping, so got to see a bunch of heavyweights. Mate, the best. I've got to go on a spiel. Hold on to your seats. But so Darius the Destroyer and the Wolverine have fought 4 times now. This is their 4th fight. Their last fight went for 27 rounds. 27 fucking rounds, and they're heavyweights, and they just smacked each other 27 times each before the doctor was like, all right, this is enough.
I thought it stops after 3 rounds.
In the UFC, it does. Because they're trying to like regulate it, make it official. So they got 3 rounds. I don't even know if championship fights are like for 5 rounds or whatever the fuck. No, we didn't see every fight ended in a knockout, so who knows? But from what I know, it's 3 rounds in the UFC. But in the dodgy slap fight orgs, yeah, they went for 27 rounds.
It's a lot of
How
rounds.
can you not respect that?
I like the doctor who's like, yeah, 27's enough.
Yeah.
I call it now.
Like after the 10th one, he's like, maybe I should call it. No, I'll just let it keep going. Yeah, like if you watch the full fight on YouTube, it's an hour long. The video on YouTube is an hour long of these guys just slapping the fuck out of each other. Oh. And then this fight today, so they fought again for the 4th and last time. It was over after the first round. Wolverine ended up getting the knockout. Darius lost for the first time ever.
That's so weird. He could take 27 slaps and then this time. Actually, no, it does make sense.
Well, yeah, the accumulation of
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the rest time. It's fucked up because the UFC wants to make it like legit. So they've got like USADA doctors there. So if they get knocked down, they've got 10 seconds to like walk in a straight line to the ref, or else they'll call it off. And then Darius, obviously, he got knocked down, got up, couldn't walk in a straight line, so they called it. Whereas in like the fucking niche events, they don't give a fuck. They'll let them lay on the ground for like the whole minute, and as long as they're up in like 2 minutes, like they'll go. They don't care.
Your mates are holding him up.
Yeah, literally, man. Yeah, literally. And as long as they're like standing in front of the other guy after like 5 minutes, who cares? They could keep slapping. But UFC's a little too legit. They ruined a good event. They should have just let him keep going. Very
You
disappointed.
mentioned there's weight classes. Do they cut weight to make?
Yes, man. Yeah, they can't wait. They
That's
like
awesome.
legitimately, yeah. And like I've talked about it a few times, but they're really serious about it. They keep like reporting their like velocity statistics. They're like, he's got the 3rd highest fucking terminal velocity on his slaps, or like he's got like the 2nd highest neck strength because they like measure their neck strength. It's so cringy, but it's fantastic. It's the best.
I think you'd be happy to know, if you don't know already, that there's 2 more seasons announced with Dana White.
Fuck yeah, the next one's in Abu Dhabi. They're getting the Russians involved. Can't wait.
Do not get the Russians involved.
Yeah.
Not gonna end well.
Yeah, they'll just be like juiced up, like bloody Terminators, just smacking the shit out of each other. I was like, that might make you hit hard, but you can't like take steroids to keep yourself awake. I don't know, these guys are gonna start like snorting stuff right before they get hit. I don't know how they're meant to, because it's at the point now where they all hit so hard that like the coin flip winner just wins basically. Like maybe 3 fights went past the first round today, which is just nuts. People just getting slapped.
What are your thoughts on beards and getting slapped? Is there an advantage with having a beard?
Of course there is. Of course
Really?
there is. Yeah, man, any cushion, it's definitely not a disadvantage, right? And I don't think it's neutral. Even if it's like hey, if we're going to talk like terminal velocity and neck strength, then let's talk about like the percentile difference in fucking shock absorption. Like there's got to be like a 0.01% increase in shock
Nipples
I
absorption.
feel like
go
at
right.
that level, with how hard they're hitting, a beard's not gonna do shit.
You're telling me it's not at least 0.01% extra absorption?
It probably is that.
Then it's worth it.
But I'm saying that doesn't matter.
Then it's worth it. The question was, does it make a difference? And the answer
That
is
was the question.
absolutely. Yep, that it absolutely does. Come on. But hey, I'm a lifetime fan. I know it makes me degenerate. It's fucking disgusting. I don't care. It's a blast. It's good fun. Best UFC event I've watched in ages.
You bet
Well,
on
I'm
them?
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
you
bet on
can
them?
bet on it.
Oh man.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would have made some money today too, because they've got they have a UFC fighter in there. He's like a 5-0 MMA prospect, has come into the UFC. This guy just fucking murders people. He's a bantamweight, and he just like touch of death, just kills them. And he was an underdog. I was like, I really need to bet on him, but I couldn't find it on Sportsbet. So I think you could get like Ladbrokes or something else. But next time.
man, game over for you. Every Sunday, man.
Yeah, because it's UFC, they time it. They don't start the slap event until right after the UFC's finished. So like Peter Yan lost, and then immediately after the slap event was on. So I was watching UFC/slaps for like 8 hours today. It's crazy.
See, old mate attempted 46 takedowns on Peter Yan.
Crazy.
It's a lot of fucking
Crazy.
takedowns, man.
Yeah, it wasn't boring either. Like, you hear that statistic, you think it's just him like clinch work the whole time and just like fucking Usmaning someone and super boring, but it's actually really, really good. He's
So,
a killer.
my mate was telling me how to teach me how to take down people yesterday, like proper technique, and like you want your hips to be that close to their hips, like you want your dick on their leg. That's what his analogy was.
Oh, just
Pervert.
fantastic.
That guy doesn't even go to that gym. He's just a pervert.
He's just out there like five fucking
He was
people.
in a trench coat.
He wasn't wearing clothes.
Oh no. Yeah. But so did you get thigh fucked, Jetty?
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, demonstrated.
It was a good day. Good day.
Thank God for.
Did he come?
Oh,
to
sure.
training?
Oh yeah, to training.
Oh, he came alive.
Oh, thank God for cups.
What are they?
Did you watch the fight though? The Yan fight? We won't talk about this too much. We won't scare people off the pod. So if you're watching, don't tune out. But did you watch the fight, Jetty?
I just saw the highlights in the 46 takedown attempts or whatever it was. But supposedly the guy fought, what's his name? Divish.
Devolushi or whatever, Marab. Marab.
He's teammates with Aljo, so
yeah.
Like Dana thinks they're probably going to fight in the future. But
no, well, he refuses. They both refuse. Like Marab's interesting.
Dana's a bit of a dick. It's just like it'd be a bad business decision if he didn't do it.
Yeah, and he's right. Yeah, they were commentating on it because like you've only got a short amount of time when you're at your prime. Like, you need to take advantage of that, and he's definitely at his prime. But he's like he refuses to fight Aljo, and Aljo is meant to be moving up. He's fighting Kahuto, and then afterwards he's going to go up to featherweight, and then Marab is going to go for the bantamweight belt. Then is apparently the plan. But who knows? Imagine being that loyal to someone when you're like, no, I won't be champion because you're my friend.
You wouldn't do that to Niffler, would you, Sean?
Fuck no! Like I'd do anything to like push Nippler away. No way! Are you kidding me?
Perhaps that'd be the moment you could, even if it didn't benefit you.
Fuck yeah, I would. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just not that close, Nips. Who knows? In fact, I can guarantee we're just not that close.
Too close.
Too close.
I want to see your downfall.
Oh god.
Did you do the test?
What are we gonna call it? And yes,
the autism spectrum test. I did it. Did you?
I
Sean?
did it too. I did.
I did it. Yeah, I did it.
I was thinking about the best way to do this segment, and I reckon if we just send them in the chat, and then we just narrate them for the listeners. What do you think? So we just send screenies one by one?
All right. I'm worried this is going to be a little bit boring because some of those questions were pretty out there. I don't think any of us are going to score very high.
Yeah, well, who knows? I don't like eye contact, apparently. But like the measurement was just like, for me anyway, without spoilers, it just said you scored, I think it's like low, medium, high.
Yeah.
On the autism spectrum, and I suspect we're all low. Suspect/hope we're all low. Not that it's a bad thing. Not that it's a bad thing.
But I've not said mine.
Okay, I just put mine in the chat. Do we want to
Jed's
go
last. We'll start with Nips. Jed's last. Don't send yours yet, Jetty.
So,
okay, hang on. I'll
guys
share my
see it?
screen. All right, so maybe we'll just start. So your autism spectrum symptoms are low. You got low. And then for the listeners, we have a wheel. And there was 50 questions. We answered a bunch. And the wheel is like tics and fidgets, aggression, depression, fixations, abnormal flat speeches, blah, 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 blah.
I love that you can share this on Facebook. You can share with all your friends and family what your autism results were.
Yeah, Mom, I told you I wasn't retarded. Yeah. Yeah, bleep that.
Yeah.
Just bleep the word. All right, so for Nippler, I'll just talk about your higher. So there's 4 distinct high ones here. So your poor eye contact is pretty high. You don't like looking people in the eye?
No, I don't think it was going to be that high because
Okay.
similar to you, looking in the eye, I'm not terrible at it, but it's something
Just
I'm
makes you
conscious of.
uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I'd prefer to look elsewhere. Like if I can
Like at the
look at you
gym,
briefly. Huh?
nothing.
You'd like
What?
to look at. You do like to look at your own eyes because you only watch your own.
That is true.
Guys, I've
Camera.
been staring at myself the whole time again. I'm trying to
Other
look at you
people's
more.
eyes.
Yeah. Hey, I've
Do you-
noticed Jed's shirt.
Do you only look at people's eyes to try and see your own reflection?
Yeah, and then it gets weird because I'm staring too intently, you know?
Then you gotta look away.
That's why I like it when people wear aviators, because it's a really good reflection, you know? All right, so your next one, social difficulty, scored pretty high. Although, to be fair, it's under 50%. So you have some social
Yeah, I
difficulty.
think there's a couple questions being like, do you enjoy being at parties? And I usually enjoy being at home than at parties. So
What?
ones like that.
You don't like parties?
I'd like parties, but it was like, do you prefer
The
anyway?
public perception of you is very different. Like, I think I speak for Jetty. We assume you love parties.
I guess it depends what party it is. Depends who's there.
And abnormal posture, which we can all agree with.
Yeah, dude, that yellow one should be way higher. Way higher.
Posture.
Are you
I think there's
serious?
only one question I think to do with abnormal
I think there's
posture.
a couple.
Yeah, no, there was a couple. There was a couple.
Mate, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
why
I
would you lie
agree.
in the test?
That one should be higher. I agree with that. And I think anxiety and social difficulty should be lower.
The way you sit in the chair on the desk, like when you're on your computer, it's not good, man.
Yeah, no, it's really not.
No, it's not great. Right now, I'm sitting at a terrible angle.
But you're sitting better than normal.
Yeah, way better.
Like, yeah, normally you're like slouched down and we can just see the top of your forehead. Because like that's all that you see out of the camera.
I'm putting a lot of trust in my spine.
I reckon you're so well. It'd be curious. Like, if I rated you, I think you'd see it very differently. Your social difficulty should not be that high. I reckon you're a pretty social person, easy to get along with.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not sure what I answered to make it that high, but then
Yeah,
again, it's not
yeah.
really that high. I'd say it's at like 45%.
That's true. Yeah, just because it's one of the highest doesn't mean it's high. It's like it's less than 45. You see how big the thing gets towards the end. It's like probably even like 30%. So that's not too bad. All right, Jetty, you're last because I have a feeling you're going to be the funniest. I will send mine. Although don't be sending the fucking cat
Yeah.
team when you see my scores, please. Hang on one sec.
Fixations for Jed is going to be so high.
Yeah. And if it isn't, it should be. All right, so I also scored low on the autism spectrum symptoms, which I think Nippler in particular might find very surprising. Thoughts?
Okay, let's have a look here. Poor eye contact, slightly higher than mine. I'd
Much
say.
higher.
When you had the question, do you avoid looking at actors' eyes in movies?
That was weird as fuck, man. I was like,
yeah,
strongly.
Who the fuck does that?
Yeah, I said strongly disagree. I was like, no, what the fuck?
Okay.
Pretty much
Look at your
every
poor
other
eye contact score now. I thought you would have said yes, and that would have been fucking.
Nah. But every other eye contact question, I was like, strongly agree. I really struggle. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I need to work on that. It's fucking weird.
Your anxiety and social difficulty is around the same as mine, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. Yeah.
Man, you love people. Well, people love you.
Yeah.
It's funny,
weird.
the outward perception is weird because I feel the same. I get anxious about parties. I have a good time when I'm there, but I get anxious in the lead up, and then for like the first hour of it, I'm pretty anxious and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'd say that's more similar for me. You get anxious in the lead up, and then once you're there, it's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then like when I'm there, I'm like, what the fuck was I anxious about? This is great.
And then the other high one is depression. Yeah, it's like probably like 50%.
Yeah, like a little over 50%. I'm not depressed. There was one question where it was like, you're sad more days than you're happy. And I was like, well, fuck yeah, every adult is, right? So I said, strongly agree. Strongly agree. And I think that's like skewed it. Would you agree with that assessment of the
I think
question?
you need to see someone.
Yeah, sad more than you're happy is
You don't
Not
think?
great.
Oh fuck. No, every fucking adult with a mortgage and a partner and a fucking responsibilities and jobs.
Shout out
This
to Lane.
Yeah. Definitely feels like that. Come on. But hey, it just makes the happy and good days better. You know?
Shine brighter.
That's right, yeah. Makes you feel extra happy. Alright, move on to the next one. Fuck me.
Besides that, what aggression?
Dude,
it's not
your
super
aggression
high.
is non-existent.
It's a little bit there.
Like it's a tiny blip. Like, you
It's
can barely
nothing.
see it. Yeah. I'm not aggressive at all either, though. Like that's a normal aggression score, I think. And I'm expecting
Yeah,
Jets
it's
to
still
like.
pretty low. It just looks high compared to mine, but it's not that.
Depends if it's like Sean without a cigarette or with the cigarette. So yeah.
True. Although still going strong, boys. 70 days today.
Jesus
Woohoo.
Christ. Well done.
Yeah,
I know.
well done.
Yeah. I had a
wouldn't say I'm
That's why the
surprised,
aggression is
but-
so high. Yeah.
I had a cigarette in my hand at my lips at a fucking work function a couple weeks ago and gave it away. I didn't take a puff. I know.
Done. Very well done.
Was it a menthol?
No, it didn't matter at that point, right? Like 60 days in, it didn't matter. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's just. I actually asked someone to light it for me and I was going to smoke it. And then I got it and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And just gave it back. I was like, that's strength, you know? I want to earn my cigarette. I want to suck a dick for it, you know? I want to
Right
earn
here,
that first
right
cigarette.
here, buddy.
Yeah,
What
other
else?
than that,
Fixations. Yeah, that's pretty
Fixations
normal
kinda high.
level. And then everything else is just non-existent. Similar to mine. A lot of them just didn't score at all.
I think yours was more like baseline than mine. Mine are kind of like out there, but still pretty average. There's nothing extreme except for the eye contact.
That's just what when we see Jeds, we might
We might,
reevaluate
yeah,
ours.
that's right.
Probably
All right,
skip
Jenny.
to the next topic, I reckon.
Nope. You're up.
Fucking hell.
And no judgment either. In
Feels
fact,
like
we're going to
there's
celebrate it. If you're highly specky, we're going to celebrate.
Celebrate the
one
differences.
moment.
So should we go with Specky or should we go with the Tisms?
Oh, wow, that's just as good, dude. The speckytisms.
The Specky Tisms.
That was pretty cringe.
It's not. It doesn't really make sense either.
No, it doesn't. All right, we'll go with the tism. Jenny. Okay. Let's have a
I
look.
told you fixations would be high.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll just start off. So it says your what did we agree on for the word? Your
win.
tism symptoms.
Tisms.
Tism symptoms are moderate. So Jed wins. Like in all things, he wants to win, and he's
Thank
won.
you.
You're welcome. Wow. So where do we start? Fixations, we knew, right? You're very obsessed with hobbies, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
no surprises there. I actually thought it was going to be higher.
Yeah, the noise sensitivity. That one gets me. Although I've never seen you around like loud noises.
Didn't know that's like a bad, not a bad thing, but I didn't know that counts as something.
Yeah, I think the question is framed from like a if it's you you can't stand loud noises, right? I think that's framed as like you actually physically get ill when you hear loud noises. You probably just said yes because you just get fucking cranky around it.
Yeah, it's just like the grumpy old
I don't like
man.
loud
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not from like a tism perspective. It's like a just shut the fuck up. It's annoying me
Yeah.
perspective. So that's fair. Your aggression is lower than I thought it was going to be. Just full transparency.
That is no right being down that low.
No, it doesn't.
50%.
Yeah, it's about 50%. Which I think maybe you lied on some answers to some questions, but that's okay.
Just a calm person.
And your anxiety's higher. So between me and you, Jetty, we should probably do some like joint therapy or something to work through my depression and your anxiety. I guess.
I'm just trying to make up for Nippler's lack of aggression and lack of anxiety. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
your anxiety isn't that much higher than mine. We're all scored. Well, I don't know if that's pretty high or not, to be honest.
so. Yours
It's
is
all around like 40 to
lowest.
50%.
Yeah, well, I've obviously answered with some like yeses to some of the anxiety questions. Yours is much more like just leveled nips, which I actually kind of expected. Because you're a very like just neutral person. There's not much like it's kind of hard to
I don't
explain.
agree or disagree with that.
not much substance.
Yeah, Yes, substance, and Nips, that was the perfect response. It definitely frames your character. There's not a lot of like volatility in any of your personality traits. Like it's very like neutral. Whereas
Shit.
like Jetty and I have some toxic traits we need to work on, I guess. Like me, I need to stop listening to sad music, and Jed needs to wear noise cancelling headphones, I guess.
Easy. Solved. Thanks for the therapy session.
All right, well, Jed wins. I think next time we do like this.
Jed has no problem with eye contact at all. Look at that.
Yeah, none. Are you cool
He'll
with
just
eye
stare you
contact?
dead in the eye.
I'm actually doing Sean's trick where I'm trying to look at myself in the reflection of other people's eyes, but I'm just like, yeah.
You're very attentive as a friend as well. So like when I'm talking or like Nippler's talk, you're genuinely listening. And that's probably where your eye contact thing comes from. You don't really mind like looking at someone and listening to them. Whereas me, I'm thinking about what I want to say whenever anybody else is talking. So I'm like looking away, just waiting for my turn to talk. And then when they finish, I'm going to disrespect them and change topic and talk about myself.
I like it.
Not true. I try, but
so
okay.
in conclusion, I win. Okay, sweet.
In conclusion, Jetty wins, and if there was a competitive
Congrats.
meter, yeah, it'd be through the roof.
I feel like it might be another test, but there's some traits in here that are missing, I reckon. Like,
Yeah, it was a dodgy one. Narcissism, yeah. Well, who do you think's going to win that one, Jetty?
I don't know. Maybe the person that always looks at themselves in
Yeah. No, we need to take like a psychopath test because I think
That's it.
Sean's
100%.
going to score high on that.
Yeah, I think for the next episode, we'll do a psychopath test. I'll find one at the end of this. I'll write it down so I don't forget. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a psychopath test. That's a real thing.
Although maybe psychopath is in the right because psychopath means you don't have any emotions, right?
Yeah. So who do you think wins that?
What's the
I
right
think you
test
win
then?
that.
Yeah, I probably win that.
100% you win that. Are you kidding me?
And we saw I scored pretty low on all aspects of emotion in that last test.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it's the same website, and it's the first question is love is overrated. What do you think, Nips?
Is this website like accredited or anything?
No, man. It's one that you like post on Facebook. Like, have you seen the other surveys it gives? It's like what house you fit, like what Harry Potter house you would land in, and
Let's
like
do that next week.
yeah.
I already did that last week with at work. Yeah, Slytherin.
What'd you get?
Like overwhelmingly Slytherin. Wasn't even close.
Well, in the game, I got Slytherin, but I kind of skewed my answers. I gave dodgy answers so that I got Slytherin. I like the way I look in green.
I've never seen you wear green before.
I've never seen you wear green either.
Yeah, well,
It's
if
a
I
black
put-
shirt
You're
with
saving it.
your chinos and your black shoes, your black Kmart
Hey,
shoes.
hey, I feel attacked. Stop it, okay? Hey, every now and then you see some skin where my toe is poking out of my Kmart shoes because I need to replace them.
What?
All right, psychopath test. I'll find a different website, but we'll do like a personality test because it'll tell you if you're like narcissistic, if you're a straight up fucking psycho. What's that guy's name? Oh, like Jeffrey Dahmer, whatever. Might flag you to some FBI site if you like, particular spectrum nippler.
Hey man, I scored low in that spectrum.
Yeah, exactly, for a specific reason. I don't think there's a lot of emotions happening there.
Low on one test,
Oh,
high on
I'm gonna
test.
kill you and not feel anything. I swear to God.
I've never believed that more. Like, if anybody else said that, I'd like, I'm nervous laughing when you said that.
Look, at least I don't just look at my own camera the entire time we talk and I assume jerk off slowly.
Dude, you can't see my hands. You can't see my hands.
I can only assume what it's doing.
You were just talking and I was just staring at myself. I'm doing it right now. You can tell where my eyes are looking, right? I'm still looking at me. Now I'm looking at you. Can you see my movement?
Oh man, he's never looked at
I'm looking
never
at
looked
Jed.
this way before.
Now I'm looking at Jed.
He has never looked at either of us.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with myself. Mate, if you look this good, you look at yourself too. Don't hate, appreciate. Okay?
Wow.
Sorry.
He's rhyming now.
All right, now the next one's the Survivor video, which I still have not gotten, but I do have it in my fucking external hard drive, which is right here. So next week we're doing it 100%. But what I did do all week is I tracked some Zoomer terms so that I could educate you guys on pop culture.
Do you want us to guess?
I do. The first phrase is Zoomer. What do you think Zoomer means?
It's like young person.
Yeah.
The what? Young person?
Young
Born
person.
in the 2000s, I reckon.
That sounds about right.
Well done. You got
Easy.
boomers.
We're cool.
And then you got Zoomers. That's right. It's a little bit of a warm up. All right. So first real one is either fumble or secure the bag. So, Nippler, if you were to fumble the bag, what does that mean?
Like fiddle with your balls while you're jerking off.
Right,
no, it seems that I assume it's like you fucked something up. Like you had an opportunity, an easy opportunity, and you fucked it up.
Yeah, there's an objective, and if you succeed in the objective, you've secured the bag, or if you failed the objective, you fumbled the bag. So if you lost your Rocket League game, you fumbled the bag. Cool.
Makes sense.
All right, number 2, Jetty. Cap.
It's a piece of material usually put in your head as a fashion statement, sometimes to protect you from UV rays from the sunlight.
Correct.
Thank you.
All right, but maybe I'll be a little bit more specific. If I was to say, Jetty, the sky is purple, and Nippler was to reply, that's cap.
Wow. It's higher above something.
No.
Is it like capital letters? Is it anything to do with capital letters? Like you're
No. Give me a sincere
emphasizing
answer.
it?
Nips, what do you reckon cap means? Come on.
I really thought it was like capital letters, like you're emphasizing a point.
No, it means
okay, yeah.
No, stop getting it. No, it means bullshit. It's like if I was to say, Jetty, I've got the biggest cock in the world, and Nippler was to say, that's cap, he'd be right. That's a lie. It's bullshit.
What does it stand for?
Don't know. It just means it's a lie. And then if you say no cap, like, Jetty, I've got the smallest dick in the world, no cap, that means I'm not bullshitting. It's true.
All right.
You with me?
Yeah,
I
I
get
get you.
But yeah, sure.
Okay. Number 3, simp.
Yeah, that's when like a guy or a girl, it's probably not gender specific, but someone's really in love with another person and they go above and beyond to give that person whatever they want, even when they get nothing in return.
Kind of. And it definitely started off like that, so it's kind of like evolved. So like, if you get called simp, it's like any kind of behavior that's kind of brown-nosing in any way. So like, I don't know, if I said, Jetty, your shirt looks really nice, Nippler could say, Sean, you're a fucking simp.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, any
He'll
kind
never
of...
love you.
Yeah, any kind of like crawling behavior. Fuck you! Yes, he would. Any kind of like crawling behavior. You with me?
So, what's
I'm
the
with ya.
difference between a simp and someone that's trying to do something nice?
Nothing. They're
Nice.
a simp.
Yeah, cool.
But I thought it was like the other person is like take advantage of them or like doesn't like them as much back.
Oh,
I don't
okay. Yeah.
think.
That's how it started off, right? It stands for like, I think it's simpleton idolizing mediocre pussy, and it was meant for like people in like Twitch chats like donating money to like some mega famous fucking girl who's never going to sleep with them. It's like that kind of loser that does that shit. But it's like evolved now where like you use it as like an insult for a person just like doing a nice thing. So yeah, don't do nice things and you won't get called a simp.
Easy
We've-
enough.
Yeah, we've been over Chad. Do you guys have the understanding of Chad?
Yeah,
we went over this.
It's the gooch.
Yeah, the shit covered gooch. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, based. BASED.
That's like good, isn't it? Like something's good.
Kind of. Maybe elaborate a little if you can.
I can't.
It's like the opposite of cringe. So like if I was to like, I don't know, give you an opinion and it's cringy, you would call that cringe. But if I was to give you an opinion that's like universally accepted and it's like a really good opinion, that would be based. So like if I was to say, Sean is absolutely the coolest person in this chat right now, you would go, that's based. That's based.
cringe. I don't understand. I'll say that's cringe.
You understand though? So like a based take. Oh, actually, that's the next one. Next one is take. Take.
Opinion. It's your opinion on something. Your take.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like if you have an opinion on, it's called a take. So you don't know, the word opinion doesn't exist anymore. It's called a take. So if you share that word on something, it's called I'll share my take on this.
Why are they doing this? Why are the students doing this?
You know all those
we have words.
All those words we used to use when we were like 16, 17 and we thought we were really cool. Well, 16, 17-year-olds have their words. Okay, and now we're just trying to understand them before they become uncool. And by the time we get a grasp on all these, they'll be uncool. So I will keep you educated on the up and coming new words, okay? I promise.
Thank you, TikTok sensei.
Alright, you should be able to work this one out. Slaps. That slaps.
It's good. It's good.
Yes, there we go, Jenny. That means it's good. Alright. Read no replied.
Someone's read your message and hasn't replied.
Yeah, but it's not that specific anymore. So like if somebody like ignores you in any way, you got read no replied.
Right.
With me?
So it's like a overly complicated way of saying ignored.
Basically, yeah.
Makes sense.
That was Jenny, that was a based take. Well done. Okay. A lock.
Guaranteed.
Yes, that's a sure thing. Like Sean getting drunk before the podcasts. That's a lock. That will happen every time.
Fucking based.
Yeah. Well done. All right, fit. FIT. Like I rate that fit.
Outfit?
Yes,
Wear
Jenny.
cool clothing.
I mean, Nips, well done. Yeah, so a fit.
The first time you said I thought it was just like someone's attractive, but when you
No.
sentence,
Oh, that was so cringe. No. It hasn't been that for fucking 5 years, Nibbler. No, a fit is an outfit. Yeah. It's like if you rate somebody's fit, it means you rate their outfit. Cool. All right, next one. Ick.
Not good. Like, yuck.
Yeah, that's right. And then you can catch the ick. So like if you're seeing somebody, but you caught the ick, it means that like, you just got that icky feeling about them. So like, I don't know, they fucking dropped trowel and they got a little willy or something, and you caught the ick.
I fucking hate you so much right now. What the fuck is this? Why are we doing this?
I'm educating you, so now you know. And that was the last one. You're off the hook. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated as more and more of these develop.
I like it.
Yeah, literally all week. Look at my fucking phone. All week I've been keeping track of these as I like heard somebody cool say them. I was like, oh, I write that one down. I got to teach them what this means.
What are you basing cool off?
Nibbler looks so upset.
I need to retake the Specky test because aggression's going to be a lot higher next time. After this.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hang out with these people that are forced to hang out with me at work, and I work in a really young workplace, and they say this shit all the time. One guy in particular is a legend, but fuck me, he says some ridiculous shit. Like he calls me a simp all the time because I'm a brown noser, right? I suck my fucking boss's ass all day, and he call me a simp nonstop, And then I'll say something funny in huddle or whatever, and he'll call me Chad. He'll be like, "Oh, you're such a Chad."
You said Chad wasn't good, though.
No, it's not. But it kind of is. Like, you can say something that's like, you know what? Let's stop. All right, Nips, I've overwhelmed you. I'll give you a minute to soak in this information. I won't continue to describe these words, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed my TED talk.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
I didn't invite you. If I invited you, you wouldn't be here, right? You felt obligated.
Oh, yeah. And if I ever see you not ironically use any of those words, I'm coming for you.
Oh, it's too good. Oh, man, boys, my tummy hurts. This is really funny. How are we not the best podcast in the world? Come on. And that's a based take. Don't you reckon? And Jenny, I rate that fit. Seriously. And Nippler, you fucking Chad. You absolute fucking Chad.
And he means the pooey gooch.
Yeah, he needs a poo gooch. I can tell. It's in the inflection.
Oh, too good. All right, I need a rest. Someone introduce another topic because I need
Alright,
10
so-
seconds.
I know you boys love The Last of Us, but as a completely neutral bystander to the show, there's been some complaints about the show.
What the fuck?
What are
Before you express complaints, Nips, do you have any issue with The Last of Us, the show? Be honest.
I really like it. I think some of the pacing hasn't been great, but that last episode was fucking awesome.
Dude,
Are you up to date? Fucking awesome.
yeah, up to date. Yeah, dude, so good. And I know we both know what happens in the next episode because it is the last episode of the season. It's going to be just as good. There has been some pacing issues though, because they need to fit time in, like they need to fill the show, right? So that episode with Ellie and her backstory or whatever, kind of like it made me forget about Ellie and Joel. So when they like kind of brought them back in the following episode, I was like, oh, hang on a minute, like lost momentum a little bit.
I kind of feel like they did that in a bad spot. Like they did it, in between a two-parter almost.
Yeah, I agree. They should have just made like a 2-hour episode or something, or maybe like I don't know, didn't make the full episode with the Ellie's backstory stuff. I don't know, a bit weird. All right, Jenny,
it kind of feels like Ellie and Joel suddenly got close a bit too quick.
Yes, I said that to Lane.
Yeah.
There was a sentence like at the very end of the episode. It was like the climax of Ellie and Joel's relationship, where he was like, "Come here, baby girl." I think that was the exact words he used. It was too much. I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute." He should have done that.
There just needed to be one more episode to like flesh out the relationship to make it all.
Yeah, or
work.
just like change the wordings. Like it's okay, and then hug her or something like that. But like baby girl was like a little bit too much. I reckon.
Well, that's what he called his daughter, his actual daughter. So he's trying to link it back to that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, they did well in the video game because it was like you played it all sequentially. You didn't like wait a week in between the episodes, right? So like it just like it felt, I don't know, just better paced. Whereas like you just like they hadn't even been together for like 3 weeks at that point in the show for us. So like when that just happened, it was a little bit much, but still 9.2 out of 10. The whole series so far.
Amazing series, yeah.
What's the criticism, Jenny?
So the complaints are there aren't enough zombies in the show.
It's not a zombie show.
I can definitely see that in that the first 2 episodes of the show had a shitload of zombies. It's really based around it. And then after that, it's only really been one other episode with zombies in it. The rest haven't had any at all.
True. The show's not a zombie show, though.
You don't
It's
really
miss a zombie show.
No, not really.
How would you describe The Last of Us?
It's like it's a post-apocalypse.
What are they surviving?
Show, like like post-apocalypse.
So what
it's
happens?
Not so much
just because there's zombies in it doesn't mean it has to have it in there every episode.
I don't want to watch another apocalypse show. What else is cool about it?
You don't want to watch this show at all.
No, so it's like the post-apocalypse life with bandits and shit. Like it's much more about like crazy fucked up people and like the politics of like the post-apocalyptic world than it is the zombies.
What people will do to survive.
Yeah, they designed the zombies in this show so that they're not as impactful because they die. Like the zombies die off with time, except for like a handful of them that like become like super mutants. So when you do get attacked by zombies, it's not just like fucking walking dudes you can hit with a frying pan. Like they're like fucking crazy ass monsters that like just destroy shit. It's like in the scenes that we have seen with zombies, like they're fucking mental. Like it's insane. It's not that much of a zombie show. Did I lose you both with that? I feel like I lost you both with that.
No, you are right. It's not really to do. It's more like the lengths humans would go to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. Especially that last episode where, spoilers, but Jed's not going to watch it anyway. But there's a group of people who start like eating other people, turn into cannibals.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would you do in that suit? Would you eat another person to survive if you had no other food available?
Yeah, they did it in such a fucking awesome way too, because like the group of people didn't know they were eating people, and then like the frame of the whole episode is like the leader who's like feels forced to give them to make them eat people so that they survive, but then you slowly see his like descent into actually just being a piece of shit. So like the show like starts him off with someone who's like only doing it to make him survive. But then by the end of the episode, you're like, whoa, wait, hang on a minute, this guy's actually just fucked up. And they like get all of that out in like an hour. And then by the end of it, he's trying to like rape one of the main protagonists. Sorry, bleep that.
Not Joel.
R-word.
It's not Joel.
And then yeah, she kills him and then runs to Joel. And
there are a lot of fucked up scenes that episode, like when you find out that they're serving like human meat, and then they're like serving the dead dad back to the daughter.
Dude, ruthless. And because I remembered that specifically, so I knew, like when they like passed the bowl of soup to the daughter for her to eat, I knew. And like I'm looking at Lane and she hadn't caught on yet. And then when the penny dropped for her later, because they saw the ear under the table or whatever, she's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, damn, I wish I never played the game and I could just like see this for the first time. But yeah, awesome. What are the other criticisms? If it's not enough zombies, or fucking uneducated, but whatever.
It was mainly that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
That's not a base take at all.
No, yeah, well done. Yeah.
In other entertainment news, this also might disappoint you, but in the new Mario movie, there's no Daisy, Princess Daisy.
The fuck?
So who's he saving? Fucking Bowser's stepsister or something? Who the fuck's he saving?
I don't even know who Daisy is. Is she just another princess?
Peach would still be there. Daisy's
I'm-
the brunette one.
Who the fuck cares about Daisy?
I don't know. People like her.
How can people like it? No one in Mario actually has a personality. They just say a catchphrase.
Well,
Someone
hey,
likes them.
some of the characters have some personality, you know?
Hey.
Alright? And Daisy's one of them. But hey, I didn't even know who Daisy was. I don't give a fuck. Surely people don't care.
They're outraged.
Fucking neckbeards.
Fuck me dead. I don't have a cool word for what they are. We'll just fucking call them boomers or whatever
Pathetic.
the fuck.
I don't think they're boomers. I don't think boomers are giving a fuck about the Mario
Princess
movie.
Daisy.
Oh fuck. Anyway, I was about to ask who was Peach, but it's animated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. So Peach is Peach.
That's
Cool.
right. Did you boys see Uber got in trouble this week? Or
No?
so you know how the trains went down in Sydney for a bit?
Mm.
Yeah. Uber was jacking up their prices a fair bit to like $500
Yeah, man.
a trip.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's so fucking common, dude. When we got off the cruise boat like a couple of weeks ago, the Uber to the airport, which was like 15 minutes away, was $120.
Ooh.
It's nuts. Yeah, whenever it's peak, they just like pump it. Like, good on them.
Smart.
on them.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If you're that, I mean, supply and demand, man. Like, if no one else can get a lift any other way. Like, what? You think this is going to stop people from using Uber? No.
What percentage do you reckon Uber drivers get of that? Like, say they charge you 120, what percentage do you reckon they get?
They get. I've asked a heap of Ubers about this, but I'm always drunk when I ask, and I don't remember the answer. But it's like pretty good. It'd be at least 50% of the fare that they get, or more. Let's find out.
I feel like it should be more because Uber's just an app, really. They're
Because
doing everything else.
Uber doesn't need much of a percent. They
Nah.
should only be taking like 2%.
So
True.
they're not paying for the petrol or anything like that. They're just
Yeah.
paying for the app, pretty
Maintenance.
much.
Just for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
app.
Spot on.
27.5%. That's way too high.
That is pretty high.
Seems well. I mean, that seems fine because like you couldn't get that service otherwise. Like you couldn't get customers any other way than being
Just
like
an
a
app.
mass.
Just an app.
Well, it's
nothing.
just no. It's just the app. Like there's no other app. It's like if there was like another app, then yeah, maybe they'd deduct 15%. But there's no other option. This is supply and demand.
I think
man.
there is.
Like,
There's like another one called
Yeah, there's other ones.
Diddy.
Didi. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Diddy. Who the fuck uses that shit? Are you kidding me? No, fuck. It'll be like taxi. Like even when Uber first came out, no one was using Uber or just calling taxis. And now it's the other way around. 5 years from now, we might be all fucking talking about Diddy services. Who knows? But right now,
You know what? I hope we are.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's some competition in the marketplace.
Well, it's good for the drivers, right? This competition, but $500. They should have made it more. Fuck them. If people are stuck in the middle of Sydney after all their concerts, I'm just saying, if you got out there and got stranded without a lift home, fuck you. You should pay $1,000 for an Uber back to the airport.
What about like after work? I'm pretty sure it was at work.
walk. I don't know. Who's Ubering to
What do you
work?
mean?
Is it your first day? Like, why the fuck are you? What are you Ubering for?
So say you got to work on a normal day, you catch the train in, which takes an hour. You go pick your kids up.
Oh shit! I forgot the trains were down.
Whatever.
It's a private company. It's not a public service. Fuck them. They're just kids will be stranded at school and.
So when private companies do dick stuff, you shouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm defending the company here. I'm stuck on a hill that I'm not really willing to die on. But okay, fuck Uber, but I don't really care. Good on them. I'd probably be annoyed if I was one of the people that was trying to get them. But look, I don't know. I'm wishy-washy right now. I'm feeling defensive. I need to defend this really bad take.
You don't have shares in Uber, do you, Sean?
Hey, we might have a sponsor after this. Who knows? I'm from Canberra. Yeah, we don't fucking tram or train to work. So it's different for us. Like everyone's just fucking driving to work like normal people. In Sydney, not many people do that. I forget. It is what it is.
Shorty's lost touch with the common man.
I have. I'm in Canberra, of all places, politician central. Yeah, I'm more in touch with the common man. Are you fucking kidding me? I break bread with politicians. I know more about the fucking common man struggles than the common man does at this point.
That's the most out of touch thing I've ever heard. He said, "I know more about the common man than the common man."
Yeah, hey, I know what I said. I meant it too. I'll say it again. Fuck the common man. They don't know what they're talking about.
Fucking peasants.
Mate, I'm sitting here drinking a VB. I am the common man. I'm just trying to get through another day without a cigarette. All right, don't fucking come for me.
Privileged white boy.
Yeah, fucking white piece of shit. Let's get him, Jed.
That's cap. All right, that is cap. You motherfuckers.
Can't remember if cap's good or bad.
Lie. It means you're lying. Yeah, you just said bullshit. All right, this is a great topic to end it on. So, this show, we've seen a lot of fucking sports. Yes, we've gone through pickleball. We've gone through like phone booth fighting. I don't remember if I showed you the clip of the car fighting where the Russians were punching each other in the car. Did you ever see that? No. Okay, we probably should have shown you that. But I think this tops it. There is something called combat juggling. Have you guys heard of it?
I have not.
Never heard of it.
So it's not as physical as you might want, Jetty. So maybe keep the expectations down.
Oh, they're down.
Get lower.
I've watched this a few dozen times. I still don't fully understand the rules. Okay, but there's two teams. They're juggling and they can't move unless they're juggling, and they need to run from one end of the court to the other end of the court, and the other team will knock the juggle sticks out of the air if you go to catch them.
You what, mate?
And here we go. We're watching a video. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So they're so if it's up in the air, my understanding is that it's free game and you can smack it out, and you just stop them from getting to the other side, but they can only move whilst they're juggling.
That's so hard to judge.
Yeah. This is a sport.
The moment you brought this up, I knew everyone was going to be white.
And you would be correct.
Wait, what's that? They're all just waiting in a line for their turn to go. I thought it would all happen at once.
So there's two types, right? From what I understand, both teams all go at once, and then in another mode. So like this is them all going at once, but in another mode, it's like 1v1, and you take it in turns.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the free for all. They're all running across. See how quick that guy's fucking machine gunning them?
Run juggling.
That's right. You shouldn't juggle. I feel like if you're an adult.
Dumb. Yeah. Unless you're in the circus, you should not juggle.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. I think Nips is going to sign us off.
Bye.
Don't you dare. You got to give the sentence.
That's
for
what
that
I do.
Person that's
That's
listening.
what I do.
No.
I say bye.
You got to give the sentence.
Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Bye.
All right. If anyone's still listening, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Peace.